sometimes from a filmmaking point of view, it's easier if you see things clearer. You see the top subtext quicker when you're a foreigner. Then you diligently work on the textures. Actually, my biggest enemy is the movie convention with the Western genre, which was invented. And for foreign filmmakers, we go for reality first. We check history and the real things. Sometimes we run into trouble with the theatrical conventions. We're never talking about what's Hollywood, what's not Hollywood, but we want to do the real, which I think is rare in American movie in portraying true rural life of America.
In terms of capturing like a ranch hand from Middle America, I think ranch hands like surfers on a universal in a universal way. A surfer in France, or a surfer in Australia, or a surfer in America. They all say dude, and they all look at life and the world in the same way. And so I grew up in Perth, Western Australia, so, you know, we have many people very similar to Innes in the way he walks and talks and spits and smokes and drinks, you know. It's all very similar to the American way.
One of the things that drew us to this project was the idea that, on the one hand, it's a very specific story, because as you know, in America, there's never been a homosexual cowboy in all of history. So we really, it was something truly original. But on the other hand, we are using the codes and conventions of romance that have always been applied to straight people very unapologetically. So that the sexuality and the love, we really wanted to say very flatly, we just don't care if anybody's going to be upset about it. We just wanted to be very direct.
When it comes to love, absolutely, there's no difference for me whether I love my wife or I love another guy. I think affection is the same. And being homosexual in that particular setup, in that particular time, make it more poignant, make it more difficult, and therefore more romantic, so to speak. Would you willing to take that fall? I do have romantic feelings toward, not necessarily my wife or my personal experience in making movies. I'm passionate about those guys. I think we all have that urge to be romantic, to fall into the dark side where we don't know what it is.
I came to this project with I had little of no experience in riding horses or herding sheep. And so I remember one scene where I herded like 500 sheep on my own down this hill at sunset, and it was pretty extraordinary for me. And I turned to Ang at the end of the take, and he looked up at me. I was on the horse. He said, "Kind of sexy." Let's do it again. No, let's move on.